Why people be dumb sometimes, bro? How trash the ending is. It was one of the most stupid twists. These thrillers are freaking testing me, dude. Yo, it's Shio. New intro, baby. So today I'm just gonna show you my tier ranking video of the books that I've read this year. I've read a total of 32 books. I'm on the tier ranking website and I have 5 categories. The last one is trash, you know. I hate it. Not for me. It's trash. Pile of turd. If I could unread this and not waste my time, I do it. Fourth one is not my thing. Like, I guess some people could maybe give this a 5-star, but not for me. Third is bland, you know, like the water. It isn't good, it isn't bad. Yeah, it's just bland.
How's our signature dish? Bland as fuck.
The second one is needs some more seasoning. It's close to perfect, but I just need some more, you know what I mean? Either I like the beginning of the book or the ending ruined it for me. And the last one is Chef's Kiss. It's the perfect book for me. It delivered. It's a 5-star read. Yeah, let's get into it. So first is Kin by Kealan Patrick Burke. I'm gonna have to put this on Chef's Kiss. It's a cannibal story about, yeah, it's a cannibal story. What can I say? I like the plot. The characters were great, and there was climax. There was rising action. There was. Why did I sound like an English teacher right now? I just like it. And hopefully someday this turns into a movie because it's so good. It's like Game of Thrones but with cannibals, you know. That sounded weird. Next is The Troop by Nick Cutter. Should I say anything else? Check out my first video. That's how much I like this book.
Okay.
Next is Confessions by Kanae MInato. So good. This book is so good. This was recommended by Jordaline Reeds, which is one of my favorite YouTubers now. She's a go-to when you want gory stuff and horror stuff. She's the girl. I think it'll be a cult classic and it won a lot of awards. I'm in the middle of finishing the movie adaptation, so I'll check in with you on that. Next is The Ruins by Scott Smith. Initially, I'm gonna put this on Chef's Kiss, but now that I think about it, it took me a while to finish this book. Mainly because it didn't have any chapters. It's just a long string of words. So, and that's one of the things Gabby Reeds didn't read this, and I've recommended it to her. I sound like we're so close. No, I just commented a bunch of times The Ruins. Next is another Scott Smith, which is A Simple Plan. I'm gonna put this on Need Seasoning again. His books are so good, but the ending was just dragged. I hate thrillers that are like action, 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 and then the ending just drags. No, let me finish this with a 5-star. Don't do this to me. Scott Smith. How are we liking the haircut so far? Is it good? Next is Brother by Ania Ahlborn. I'd put this on Chef's Kiss. It's so good. This author is so clever. If you've read this book and you predicted the twist, like me, I predicted the twist, but it didn't make me want to remove a star on it because it's that good. Next is Dead Lake. I'm gonna put this on bland. This is about a girl who goes into this cabin to, you know, she's experiencing an art block and she has to finish this painting series. So she goes into this cabin and then Suddenly, a man stalks her. For me, this is just bland. It's just a fast read. I finished this all in 4 days, I believe, which is pretty fast for me. Yeah, it's just bland, average thriller. Yeah. Next is I'm Thinking of Ending Things by Iain Reid. Hmm. I'm gonna put this on needs some seasonings because although this book scared the crap out of me, there are still some images that are imprinted on my mind because of this book. Mainly the pigs, um, the school janitor. I guess it was overhyped by a bunch of booktubers, so I'm gonna put that on needs some seasoning. Also, because I was disappointed with the twist. I mean, it was unexpected, don't get me wrong, but I was just disappointed with the twist, and it was just overhyped. Next is Roanoke Girls. This is where we have a problem. Okay. I initially thought this was an adult thriller, but turns out it was a YA thriller, so one star for that. And then next, I took 1 star because it had a lot of sex scenes, which is, I'm here for the kills. I'm here for the death. Don't don't give me some, 1 or 2 scenes might, kind of okay with one or two scenes, but don't give me that. I want that. So for this, I'm say bland. Put this on bland and not on my thing because it's pretty dark. The subjects were kind of dark for a YA thriller, so put that on bland. Next is Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney. We're starting to get into the lower parts of the rating. Not my thing. I think this is my first unreliable narrator book that I've read, and I don't hate it, but the book just had a lot of dream sequences. It's just dream sequences. Let's not waste pages. Let's just get into the action. Lie, because you were an unreliable narrator, I guess, and get into the death and the twist and finito, done. Let's not waste pages on dream sequences. That's PSA. Okay, next is A House at the Bottom of the Lake. Easy. Need some seasoning. I went into this blind because I was interested with the concept. So there's a young boy and a girl who's on a date, and they decided to go to, I think, a lake with their boat, and decided to swam the lake and go scuba diving on the lake. And then they found a house at the bottom of the lake. That's the premise. I'm really so good at this. I put this on number need some seasoning because I wanna read books that don't make me think. You know what I mean? I don't wanna have to think about certain metaphors, some certain, like, although I enjoyed it, it was creepy, but it made me think. It made me hurt my freaking brain. Next is No Exit and Easy Chef's Kiss. If this gets turned into a movie, I'ma run into the cinema and watch it at least like 3 times. If you're looking for a fast-paced thriller where the action's like pum 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 pum, read this. Every chapter is heart pounding. The writing was compelling. There are a lot of twists in here. What more can you ask, you know? And the character isn't dumb. Unlike the character from Dead Lake, which leaves her house unopened. Like, why people be dumb sometimes, bro? Next is MIddlegame. I'm gonna put this on needs seasoning. I went into this and I thought it's gonna be a fantasy thriller, but I was wrong. Boy, this straight up fantasy, and it was kind of good. I thought this is a standalone book, but the author announced that there's gonna be a sequel. I hate that because I only read standalones. So next, the one I'm dreading the most, The Cabin at the End of the World.
And
This book was overhyped, bruh. Like, Gabby Reed's recommended this. I think Kayla from Books and Lala recommended this. Don't get me wrong, the premise sounds amazing, but the ending, again, if you're wondering why I didn't put this on meat seasoning, it's because of how trash the ending is. Like, you were promised at the beginning of this book something, and then the author is just gonna end it that way. Like, what? Next is the one by John Mars, which is Chef's Kiss. One author that I've discovered this year that I really like. He's so good at crafting thrillers and crafting some twists that keeps you engaged. And his chapters are very short, which is makes it a fast read. Perfect Child. I don't remember reading about this. I don't know what this book is about, so I guess it's gonna be on trash. Sorry. So I've reread the synopsis of Perfect Child, and it's gonna go into needs some more seasoning. It's good. It's that good. I remember it now. Next is My Best Friend's Exorcism by Exorcism. Um, Chef's Kiss. You know, this book is so good. It's my first, I believe it's my first like legit horror book that I've read this year, and it's kind of creepy, but it also has some of that young adult vibes. But there are disturbing scenes in this book, and I typically don't f with demons. I know some people who've been possessed, and so I was hesitant to pick this up. It's a 5-star read. Next is Lock Every Door by Riley Sager, and it needs some seasoning. Riley Sager is one of those authors who's like really overhyped, which isn't a bad thing, don't get me wrong, but yeah, this book reminded me of a movie in a past book, so it's kind of unoriginal. Next is Verity by Colleen Hoover. This is one of those cases where I liked the beginning of the book. It was dark, it was a solid thriller, it was creepy, but, it was one of the most stupid twists I've read in a while. You've been giving us this dark themes on the book at the beginning of the book, and then you're just gonna like, here's the I just burped. Here's the twist, and like, what's the point? What was the point?
What was the reason? What was the reason?
I'ma have to put it on bland. Next, Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware, another book that was overhyped this year, or I guess last year. I'll put this on the fourth one that needs some seasoning because Again, the ending! These thrillers are freaking testing me, dude. It was so creepy. The book was interesting, but the ending was like, that was it? Really? That was it? Okay, this the story, this the twist, and then acknowledgement. Bunny, by Mona Awad, not my thing. Again, one of the books that makes you have to think for yourself. My brain hurt from reading this, and it's a bad thing. That's a good thing, you know. Next is the wives. I'm gonna have to put this on trash because it's trash. Next is the Southern Books Club to Slaying Vampires, which is Chef's Kiss. I've read this before my best friend's Exorcism. There were social commentaries. I was surprised with the social commentaries about racism, sexism, all that stuff. So 5 star, and there are some disturbing elements here that is still engraved in my brain. Mainly the ear. See that? The ear. That's one of my hidden talents. Next is Little Secrets. I'm gonna put this on blend. It's an average thriller. Yeah, it's just an average thriller for me. So next one is A Good Marriage by Kimberly McGuire, and I'd have to put this on Chef's Kiss. Solid thriller. It's a good one. It's engaging. It's captivating, and the twists are so good. Like there's one middle twist that happens in the book, which isn't really groundbreaking, but was pretty shocking. Yeah, I love courtroom thriller now. I just finished Better Call Saul, and that's that's a good show. You know, I'm a biggest Breaking Bad fan, and Better Call Saul deserves a lot of love. Okay.
Okay.
So next up is Home Before Dark by Riley Sager, and I'd have to put this on Need Some Seasoning. Again, Riley Sager is overrated. Uh, this reminded me much of Hunting of Hill House, which is a good and bad thing. Good because that show is creepy, the book is creepy. Bad because again, unoriginal. Next up is The Patient by Jasper DeWitt. I'm gonna have to put this on Chef's Kiss. I I like I like this book. Um, yeah, I like this book. Next is He Started It by Samantha Downing. I'm gonna have to put this one on blend. I had high hopes for this because Samantha Downing last year, my lovely wife, I was rooting for you, Samantha. How can you give us this? It's good, but the book was just so over the top, so wacky. Just all over the place. The ending was like all over the place. Next is Eight Perfect Murders by Peter Swanson, and again, meh, average thriller. I don't think he could top The Kind Worth Killing. Like that's a classic at this point. Next one is What Lies Between Us by John Mars, which goes into the chef's kiss. The book is so good. Um, yeah, there were a lot of twists, and it was dark. And it's I can't say anything more. It's just so good. The book is so good. Next one is Into the Darkest Corners by Elizabeth Hayes. I'm gonna have to put this on 4. Although I don't remember much about this book. I like the apartment vibes of the book. If that makes sense. Like, I could still remember the scenes from the apartment, which was, I believe this book is set in New York. New York, which is A plus. Next one is the book that I just finished today, December 9. Yeah. So it's still fresh. The scenes are still engraved in my brain. It's gore as frick, dude. This book gave me headache. That's how much this book affected me. I'm like torn because I signed up for the gore. It delivered, but the the scenes with women, the violence against women in this book is so like over the top that makes me wanna take 1 star off. I think that that was intentional, so the readers would, you know, pew. I guess it delivered, but I'm gonna have to say need some seasoning. Get it? Need some seasoning. If you've read the book, you know, you know. So that's it, guys. That's my 2020 wrap up. That's me ranking my 2020 reads for this year. Yeah, watch my first video. I think that video deserves a lot of love. I put my heart and soul into that video, so please watch watch that video. Okay? And yeah, that's it. Bye.